Part 7. The real meaning of the number 33 on the flat earth. So why am I doing a video about a number in this video series? Because some truthers have an irrational fear of everything at this point, for some very good reasons. I have gotten comments and messages about the number 33. So here is the real reason why 33 is the most important number to the controllers. It is the safest place to be on the flat plane when the catastrophe hits. 33 degrees north latitude. The black line represents the 33rd parallel on a regular map, even though we all know the surface of the earth is a flat plane. The area around 33rd degree north latitude is where most of the ancient civilization's ruins are located. The inhabitants of those areas were the majority of the survivors after the past catastrophes. Survivability was greater around the band of about 5 to 8 degrees on either side of the 33rd parallel. Almost everywhere else, the cities were completely obliterated, with virtually no survivors and no remains whatsoever. I call it the Goldilocks zone because it is the safest area during the catastrophe. I can't show you yet why, because you still have to learn a whole lot more to understand the nature of the catastrophe. That is why the controllers have gone to war in Libya, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and wanting to go to war in Iran. All of these nations are on or around the 33rd parallel. They are building bases, bunkers, and shelters to survive the catastrophe in these regions around the 33rd parallel and using war as a cover for their deception. In a future video, I will explain the science of why that area around the 33rd degree parallel is the safest place to be. Stay tuned. It is vital information for planning and preparing for the coming catastrophe. So I thought it would be a good time to address fear. If you have an irrational fear of a number, then this video series will most likely not be for you. Please feel free to leave at any time. I am trying to reach and warn people that are still rational in their thoughts. This video series is not fear porn or entertainment. If you watch YouTube videos to be scared or to be entertained, then this series is not for you. I am trying to get the truth out to people that have eyes to see and ears to hear. I will do a video on why people should not be afraid. The controllers want you afraid. If people are afraid, they can't think rationally. Rational thought is what the controllers are afraid of. So I'm here to help facilitate people in using their brains to think critically and rationally again. Now to the Masons, Illuminati, and other secret societies. The Masons and 33rd degrees. It is their degree level in which a mind becomes unfrozen. Water is frozen at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. At 33 degrees, it becomes water and unfrozen. Do these secret societies use 33 as a secret code or something more sinister? It doesn't matter, and I care less. They do not have the full truth, and they have lost their true history and wisdom. I have never been part of any secret organizations, societies, or clubs. I have absolutely nothing to hide. I am using my full real name in my channel. In an upcoming video, I will give my background to help calm some reservations about who I am. Why do I use 33 in my YouTube account name and elsewhere? Because it was my favorite number since I was a kid, and I'm not changing my favorite number because some people are afraid of it. People, it's just a number. 33 became my favorite number because Georgetown was my favorite college basketball team and Patrick Ewing was my favorite player. He wore 33, so I wanted to wear 33. That is how it became my favorite number and why I still use the number 33. No truther, controller, or anyone else will ever take my number away from me. So hence my love for the number 33, just a boy who liked the number of his favorite player. If you think there is anything more than that, then I can't help you, and this video series will be of no help to you either. Plus, 33 just so happens to be the most beautiful number ever. I also like these other numbers: 1, 3, 11, 13, 31, 33, 111, 133, 214, 311, 333. Just in case anyone is afraid of colors, my favorite color is blue. If you are worried about my motives, ask yourself this question: when was the last time you voted? I have only voted one time in my life, 1992 presidential election for Ross Perot. Eligible to vote since 1989, I have never voted for Republican or Democrat. I have been awake at various levels my entire life. I started questioning the system at 7 years old when I walked home from church. When I hear garbage being spewed, I walk away. So why am I revealing the truth on YouTube and making these series of videos with Mia? To clear my conscience. I know what is coming and no one else does, including the controllers. How could I not try telling everyone? Plus, Mia is super fun to work with. I will survive the coming catastrophe because I know exactly how it works. I need other decent people to survive and to help rebuild civilization better and kinder next time. Plus, I really don't want to be the only dude to survive. Then what would be the point? Ecclesiastes 1:17 through 18, King James Version. I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit. For much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. This wisdom is for everyone. It is now your responsibility to share also. You must pass on what you will learn. Next video, part 8, catastrophe date. The only time it can happen on the flat earth. And make sure you subscribe to the channels. Please subscribe to mine. I have no strikes and it'll eventually probably be the main channel. All right, thank you. Part 8, catastrophe date and the only date it can happen on the flat earth. So here we are at the point where I answer the most important question you all want to know. When will it happen? The only date that the catastrophe can happen is starting on the winter solstice, December 21st. The Mayans had it right, but the controllers changed the year. You are actually not in the year of our Lord 2018. I will explain in another video. Genesis 1:14 King James Version. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Here's a diagram of how the sun works on the solstices and the equinoxes. Most of you truthers already know this part, but the rest of the masses have no idea. In the northern hemisphere, the sun reaches its most southern point on the horizon on the winter solstice, and it is the shortest day. Then for 3 days, it sets in the exact same spot. On Christmas Eve, if the sun sets heading back north, then nothing will happen, and it's just another regular year. However, if the sun moves on a southerly path and then disappears on the Christmas Eve, then hold on to your hats because things are going to get real bad. I will go into the science behind it in upcoming videos. When the sun disappears, then an electromagnetic phenomenon of such an unbelievable nature will make the whole world shake and burn, along with many other trials to endure. The Christmas Day catastrophe, the one and only date. Have this picture of this plasma ball etched into your mind. It's what's coming. On Christmas Eve and into Christmas Day, the electrical plasma event will be seen by the entire world at the top center of the dome that resides above us on our flat plane. That is the real reason why we have traditions of lights on Christmas trees and houses. We use electricity and light to worship and ward off the electrical plasma catastrophe that lit up the entire world. Christmas is not what you have been told. It is absolutely 100% the carried on knowledge of the ancients of the one and only date in the year the worldwide catastrophe can happen. This is why Jesus referred to it as the Son of Man, and why the whole world will witness the coming. When you are on a flat plane, then everyone will see, all at the same time, the plasma event at the very top center of the dome over the flat plane. All cultures describe the exact same event. How do I know the controllers know some of the knowledge but not all of it? Lots of reasons, but here are 2 examples. The quote SpaceX launch over Los Angeles on the 22nd of December of 2017, and the Russian rocket launch on 26 December 2017. Day after the solstice and the day after Christmas. They just had the wrong year. They were trying to get out of the dome. I will explain. This wisdom is for everyone. It is now your responsibility to share also. You must pass on what you will learn. Next video, part 9, catastrophe year, the shortening of days on the flat earth. Subscribe to the channels. Thank you. Part 9, catastrophe year, the shortening of days on the flat earth. Isaiah 13:10, King James Version. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. So what about the year? Let's get back to St. Peter's Square at the Vatican and their sundial. The controllers, or the elect, watch that very closely, as do I. When the days become shortened significantly, then it will be in that year. Remember Matthew 24:22, the shortening of days, see part 1. You have to track time to know when the days are shortened. You need an analog clock, preferably battery powered, that is not tied into the system. The controllers mess with time to conceal the shortening of days from you. That is the real reason for daylight savings time, so they can reset the clocks and the masses are none the wiser to the shortening. We lost 11 minutes last year by my calculations. Now, if you believe in the heliocentric model, then good luck to you and have a Merry Christmas. But when you accept the true structure and mechanisms of the 100% correct working model, then you will have a fighting chance to survive. The sun is so not what you think. The yellow thing we all see in the sky is just the focal point of light through a lens. Optics, no more, no less. The thing that produces that light is a deep subject for later videos. Yes, the sun can and does disappear. The electromagnetic plasma event causes the directional flow of electrical current to change directions. During the changeover, the light we call the sun gets replaced by the plasma, and then the new world order begins. Your sky will no longer be what you see now. I call it the red sky. I will explain in detail in future videos. Now back to the SpaceX and Russian launches on the 22nd and 26th of December of 2017. They launched the day after winter solstice and the day after Christmas. They were spot on the dates, but off on the year. The shortening of days was not great enough for the electrical current and plasma event to happen. They were trying to escape through the gates of heaven, because those are the only dates you can leave your dome-covered plane. The huge plume from the rockets was from them actually piercing the waters above. Yes, people, there are waters above. That is why your sky is blue and your night sky is a very dark blue and not black. The rockets penetrating the waters is exactly the same effect when a bullet penetrates water, except the rocket isn't spinning, so no spiral action on the water. The controllers and the elect can never get it right because they do not have the Holy Grail. I do. It is the base structure of everything in the world, from the micro to the macro and everything in between. I will explain what it is and how it works, but before we get to that point, you have to learn a ton of truths before you get to the ultimate truth. People, you need to learn patience. The truth will be revealed, and the truth shall set you free. To sum up, in what year will the electromagnetic plasma event and catastrophe occur? Only in the year when the days are shortened significantly. You will know if you keep track of time. This wisdom is for everyone. It is now your responsibility to share also. You must pass on what you will learn.